After months of staying on the sidelines, President Trump just endorsed Ken Paxton for U.S. Senate with early voting already underway. The announcement came down around 11:30 this morning, and since then, we've heard from the Attorney General and incumbent Senator John Cornyn. Teresa Woodard has been gathering reaction all afternoon, and Teresa, that voting already underway.
Yeah, it started yesterday. Thousands of Texans have already cast their ballots. The president was promising an endorsement less than 24 hours after the primary election back in March, but 2 months passed without one. It finally came today as voting already happening and as Ken Paxton was campaigning on his home turf in Collin County.
It is so good to be here. I guess I'm a little late. I was waiting on a little announcement. Did y'all see that? But I'm so honored to have President Trump's endorsement. His endorsement, in my opinion, is the most significant endorsement in my lifetime.
Now, in that March 3rd primary, John Cornyn got more votes than Ken Paxton, but not enough to avoid this runoff. The next day, the president said whoever he did not endorse should drop out. Here we are 2 months later, Cornyn's still campaigning, and here's what he said in Lubbock after this endorsement.
I believe that in terms of our success in November, that Ken Paxton would be an albatross around the neck of our candidates and would likely lose to James Tallarico. I think we've come too far and worked too hard to risk that.
Cornyn also said he had not spoken with the president today, and he said it is the people of Texas who actually choose their senator. Now, you heard Cornyn mention Democratic candidate James Tallarico, currently a state representative in the Austin area. Tallarico said of this endorsement, quote, "It doesn't matter who wins this runoff. We already know who we're running against, the billionaire mega donors and their corrupt political system." Now, this is all setting up to be one of the most intriguing runoff election nights in Texas history. Either Cornyn, who has held elected office in Texas since 1984, sees that political career come to an end, or a Trump endorsement fails. Chris, exciting, interesting times if you like politics in Texas.
Well, yeah, and either one of those results would have ramifications far beyond the state of Texas and nationwide.
National eyes are going to be watching this race on Tuesday night.
All right, and I know you'll be covering it just about every step of the way. All right, thank you, Teresa.